Generation Y are flooding the workforce. They are fun, vibrant and want to be challenged.
They're looking for a job that suits their lifestyle, that suits their needs.
I think that they're an incredibly inspiring generation. If you get a committed Gen Y who is really loving the job, they don't love the job 9 to 5, they love the job 24 hours a day.
What Generation Y would bring to a business environment is that they're very dynamic, they're very enthusiastic, lots of energy. Their willingness to think outside the square, I think, is a defining thing.
I think the Generation Y are a lot more demanding than my parents' generation. I think that they're a lot more outspoken in what they want and their rights in the workforce.
So the thing about Gen Y that's so interesting is not just that they have a youthful orientation, but they happen to be born into a time of full employment and a skills shortage that has actually allowed them to have quite a different approach to life than what we would have had. When you ask the question of what drives Gen Y professionally, again you need to remember that they don't have a professional life and a personal life. They have one life.
Then they can really come about and bring your business and push it forward in a significant manner.
Employers need to know what Generation Y want and need in the workplace to gain the most out of them. Gone are the days where an employee will work at the same company for 30 to 40 years in the hopes of rising through the ranks. Events such as the collapse of Enron and other companies during the dot-com era have installed a mentality in younger generations that nothing is a certainty. Gen Y employees are looking out for themselves. With that in mind, if they feel and experience that the company has their best interests at heart, they are among some of the most loyal employees and will work around the clock. Companies need to deliver on these promises though, or Gen Y will walk.
They're looking for a job that suits their lifestyle, that suits their needs. You know, it's the job that's in an area that they want, when they want, in the hours that they want, how they want, for who they want. They like brands. We see a huge difference on our site between a branded company and an unbranded company.
With the current shortage of qualified employees in the workplace, Generation Y doesn't have to take any job they can get. They have a choice and they know it. They can be picky about where they work. Many employers perceive this as being more demanding, but Generation Y know what they want and won't settle for anything less.
For example, when you're talking about retention can be based around two different sides. It's directly whether or not the person wants to leave and the reasons for them leaving. For example, for a Gen Y to want to travel or go overseas with it, they're not necessarily leaving your organisation. They're trying to suit the lifestyle that they want at the time.
There's basically 5 factors which I call the 5 C's. So the first 2 are quite functional. The first one is about conditions, so that's pay and flexible work hours, etc. The second one is continuous learning. So that is, how will I be upskilled, what other skills can I learn in that process, and where do they sit and how will they help me with my career. The next 3 are the emotional aspects of the 5 C's. The first one is about challenge, in terms of where are those horizons and how can I improve. The one after that is about culture, in terms of how the work organisation can build a culture that they will find engaging. And the final one is charisma, in terms of leadership and how leaders can provide an emotional positioning that they can sign up to.
Generation Y sees training as a benefit. They are interested in gaining long-term career skills that they can carry into other positions throughout their working lives.
Lots of employers saying to me, why should I train them if they're going to leave anyway? And I say, right, well, let's not train them and hope that they stay. How is that a better outcome?
If it is not imperative to the organisation that an employee works strictly 9 to 5, it may be a good idea to let the employee choose their own working hours. Gen Y like the idea of travelling and experiencing new things. If they can't get time off work to go and do that, they'll probably leave and find another job on their return.